have any knowledge about drugs? Maybe you have any idea about regulated and prohibited drugs. Well, if you don't have, I could say that you must watch this video. Now let me discuss what is drugs. It is a chemical substance which when administered to a living organism produces a biological effect. There are two classifications of drug. One is the pharmaceutical drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs are often classified into drug classes groups of related drugs that have same chemical structure. It also have the same mechanism of action and that are used to treat the same disease. Another classification of drugs is the psychoactive drugs. Psychoactive drugs are chemical substances that affect the function of the central nervous system, altering perception, mood, or consciousness. Drugs is also identified by its nature of use. This is what we call the regulated drugs and prohibited drugs. Regulated drugs is one that is controlled its usage by the government. It is researched, manufactured, distributed, and administered under the supervision of regulatory authorities. According to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, PDEA, under the RA 9165, here is an example of regulated drugs in the Philippines. The acetic anhydride or acetone. This is a chemical used to make products like nail polish remover and paint remover. It is used in producing pills and liquid medicines. Too much use of acetone can cause headaches, dizziness, confusion, a faster pulse, nausea, vomiting, effects of the blood, passing out, and possible coma, and a shorter menstrual cycle in women. Another identification of drug by its nature of use is the prohibited drugs. Prohibited drug is also known as illegal drugs. This is not prescribed by a doctor and cannot be bought at a drugstore. Here is the most known prohibited drugs in the Philippines. The methamphetamine, or what we widely known as shabu. It is a powerful, highly addictive stimulant that affects the central nervous system. It is also known as meth, blue, ice, and crystal. It takes a form of white, odorless, bitter-tasting crystalline powder that easily dissolves in water or alcohol. The use of methamphetamine could cause increased activity and talkativeness, decrease in appetite, and a pleasurable sense of well-being.